Welcome to the Farm Report, January 4th, 2026. Today we examine Australia's biofuel boom, China's beef tariff impact, historical agricultural scandals, and a $1 million outback gamble. Stay informed with the facts. The Australian government has allocated $1.1 billion into the biofuel sector, aiming to establish a viable domestic industry. However, AgScientia analyst Lloyd George cautions that canola producers should not expect immediate farm gate premiums, as infrastructure like crushers and refineries requires years to develop. Alan Green of AgriNew highlights Australia's critical issue: only 30 days' worth of fuel storage, creating food security risk for agriculture and mining. GrainCorp's Jesse Scott emphasises the need for low-emission feedstock production and proper measurement frameworks. The sugar industry, through Australian sugar manufacturers, targets supplying 30% of domestic aviation fuel using sugarcane byproducts, with Jet Zero exploring alcohol to jet fuel processes and Pongamia tree crop for sustainable aviation fuel. Queensland's inquiry into sugarcane bioenergy opportunities has been accelerated to deliver its final report in March 2026. China's Ministry of Commerce has implemented safeguard measures on imported beef, effective immediately, with Australia facing a 55% out-of-quota tariff for the next 3 years. Australia's 2026 tariff rate quota, TRQ, is set at 205,000 tonnes, representing approximately 75% of its 2025 export volume to China. The total beef import quota for 2026 stands at 2,700,000 tonnes, closely aligned with the 2024 import volume of 2,870,000 tonnes. Brazil, a major competitor, has been allocated 1,106,000 tonnes, or 80% of its 2025 shipments. These measures could reduce Australian beef exports to China by 1/3, impacting trade worth over $1 billion Australian dollars annually. The tariff applies once the trigger level is reached, likely around August or September 2026, based on historical trade patterns. The Australian Wheat Board, or WB, secretly channeled $300 million disguised as transport fees to Saddam Hussein's regime from 1999 to 2003 under the UN's Oil for Food program. This violated UN sanctions by embedding kickbacks into contracts, masking them with doctored paperwork. The coal inquiry, conducted from 2005 to 2006, exposed the reckless corporate culture and ignored warnings, leading to the collapse of AWB's monopoly. The scandal caused significant economic impact, including reputational damage internationally and uncertainty for grain growers, marking one of the most serious breaches of UN sanctions by any Western exporter. The Northern Territory government has set a target of 100,000 hectares of new broadacre cropping by 2030. Lorima Farms, a consortium involving NSW Riverina farmer Jamie Skembry and South Australia's Stanway family, plans to irrigate 4,000 hectares and 3,400 hectares for 3,460 acres for cotton, melon, mango and hay at isolated Larrimah, 130 kilometres southeast of Katherine. This follows the success of cotton farming in the NT. Meanwhile, the Nullarbor Plain's Wajura Plains sheep station, now for sale across 701,638 hectares, 1,758,496 acres, demonstrates successful arid land farming with a carrying capacity exceeding 60,000 sheep. It features 1,500 kilometres of interconnected pipelines with solar-powered pumping systems and remote monitoring via smartphone and Starlink technology. The station's 550-kilometre vermin-proof fence and 37 bores beneath the Nullarbor have enabled sustainable livestock production despite annual rainfall of 150 to 250 millimetres. Thanks for tuning into the Farm Report. Join us next week for more insights on the evolving agricultural landscape. Until then, stay informed and stay connected.